This problem is number 34 from page 127. This one says construct a truth table for this statement that they've given on number 34. So in parentheses you have P or Q and not, and then in parentheses P and Q. So I've started to set up the truth table already. And if you recall from class, if you have two statements, in this case P and Q, two simple statements, that means you're going to have 2 to the second, which is 4 lines, equals to 4 lines in the truth table. Now I'm not counting the line where I have my titles. So I'm going to build it as I go. I left the right side open so I can extend it as far as I need to. My truth values to start off with, I want all possible combinations of T's and F's. And from what I've said in class, if you take Q and alternate it, TF, TF, and then take P and have 2 T's, 2 F's, that is all possible combinations of truth values. Both P and Q could be true, or on the second line, P could be true and Q could be false. On the third line, P could be false and Q could be true. And on the last line, P could be false, Q could be false. So I'm looking at my statement I need to build. I'm going to go after the first set of parentheses here, P or Q. And if you remember in class, this was where I used the statements. Let P be, we will go to Blue Bayou, and Q is, we will go to the movies. So if P is true, we went to Blue Bayou, and if Q is true, we went to the movies. P or Q, I did not break my promise, so that's true. On the next line, P is true, we went to Blue Bayou. Q is false, we did not go to the movies, but if I say we will go to Blue Bayou or the movies, I only have to do one of those for the statement to be true. On the next line, P is false, so we did not go to Blue Bayou. Q is true, we went to the movies, but if the statement is we will go to Blue Bayou or the movies, well, I fulfilled the promise because we did go to the movies. On the last line, I have P is false and Q is false. We did not go to Blue Bayou. We did not go to the movies, and if the promise was we will go to Blue Bayou or we will go to the movies, well, I broke the promise. That's false. For the next column on the truth table, I'm going to go for P and Q. Now this one is, of course, we will go to Blue Bayou and we will go to the movies. On this first line, P is true, we went to Blue Bayou. Q is true, we went to the movies. So we did both, that's true. On the next line, P is true, we went to Blue Bayou. Q is false, we did not go to the movies. So P and Q, that is false. Have to do both if the connector is and. Have to both be true. On the next line, P is false. Q is true. We did not go to Blue Bayou. We did go to the movies, but the connector is and. Since we did not do both of them, that's false. For the last line, false, false. We did not go to Blue Bayou. We did not go to the movies. The promise on this column is we will go to Blue Bayou and we will go to the movies. Well, we didn't do either one. That's false. For the next column on the truth table, I need to put the not in front of the item I just did. So not P and Q. P and Q is in parentheses. Now in class, I used this technique. I numbered the columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is now column 5. And column 5 is the not of column 4. And if you're doing the not, you're doing the negation, you change the truth values. So column 4, first line is T. Column 5, first line is F. Column 4, the second line is F. So I'll put a T in column 5. The next line, column 4, there's an F. We'll make it a T for column 5. And finally, the last line, there's an F on column 4. So we'll make it a T on column 5. From here, I'm ready to go after the entire statement. So for the column heading here, I'm going to write my entire statement. P or Q and not P and Q. And I closed off the truth table. This is the last thing I need to write to complete the table. And this will be column 6. Let's see, this P or Q. That's column 3. So this is column 3 connected by and to column 5. 3 and 5. So I'm looking at column 3. I have a true. And on column 5, I have F. True and false. That is false. On the second line, true and true. That's true. On the third line, true and true. That's true. And on the fourth line, false and true. That is false. And there you have the truth table for problem number 34 on page 127.